I'm on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission website. These are the remarks on the capital formation at the Nashville 3686 Entrepreneurship Festival, where Chairman Jay Clayton spoke in Nashville, Tennessee on August 29th, 2018. You can see when I come down here, we have the speech that he gave in his keynote translated. Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach staff takes to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech. I want to show you that this was not translated correctly, and I think it was translated this way on purpose because here is exactly what he said.
Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech, which is available on our website. The approach we take
I want to give a big shout out to @NerdNationUnbox on Twitter for finding that clip of Jay Clayton. And while we learned from attorney James Filan today that the Honorable Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn is going to give the SEC until February 17th now to fight her earlier order to turn over to the defendant Ripple those certain sensitive documents, those government documents in the lawsuit that is alleging XRP is an unregistered security. Well, I know many are disappointed with her decision, but let's reframe it. The defense team, or teams, I should say, now know about this video, and we are pushing for an investigation from Congress, remember? And John is still needing to have a lot more spitballs to throw. So I never think we have enough evidence. So don't be too disappointed. Use this delay time to keep up our discovery. I want to keep moving along, and I have 3 clips that I want to share with you. It is with the former senior economist of the OCC. He is now a professor at Columbia, and the clips are very insightful. I just want to give you some food for thought. He is first talking about the banks feel, how they feel, followed by a prediction of how he expects them to move among the fintechs. And finally, the third clip is how the Fed is going to operate its digital currency. Very insightful.
And so the banks are most threatened, the incumbents, by the tech people because they have the network, right? And so they have the entry to the relationship. And so they know. So
you're an us. You're part of the fintech.
He knows the future. Look, fintech. It really needs to be emphasized that from a standpoint of inclusion, there's 20-some% of the American public has no bank account. They might be connected to Google. They might be connected to Walmart. They might, right? So you want to, from a financial inclusion standpoint, this is very important, but the incumbents are very powerful. This coalition right now of the incumbents, the Federal Reserve Board, and the Democratic Party, I'm sure they're against letting these big players come in and disrupt their world. I'm predicting the Fed is going to very much be on the side, along with certain politicians in Washington and with the incumbent banks, which have formed a coalition, an anti-fintech coalition, and especially anti-stablecoin coalition, that you're going to see them very much on the side of trying to be very restrictive of the development of stablecoins, and then they'll hold out this fig leaf. Oh, but we're going to create the central bank digital coins, don't worry.
So it's not going to be purely on competition, it's going to be on restrictions on what stablecoin issuers can ultimately do.
They're going to try to package it as, don't worry, even though we're restricting stablecoins, we're providing something just as good, which of course is the opposite of the truth. But central bankers, as we know, make a habit of lying all the time. The Fed is a 19th century centralized payment system. It shouldn't exist, right? But that's not the only reason the Fed wants to do this, to preserve its payment system power. It also wants to do it because once you create digital currency, you're one step closer to being able to have negative interest rates, which is a fiscal policy.
Explain that.
Taxation, it's a tax. So if I have negative interest rates, all I'm telling you, that's a polite way of saying I'm taking your money. That's what a negative interest rate is. So I'm taking some of your money. Well, who gave you the right to take my money? You're not Congress. Well, I'm the central bank. It's digital currency. It's a new kind of freedom I'm giving you to give me your money. You're free to lose your money. Don't you feel better?
So here we are, very high inflation worldwide. For the United States, it's at a 40-year high. The Fed is behind the curve and painted themselves in a corner. This is what Stephen Major of HSBC in Hong Kong said today live on an interview with Bloomberg. Now, we would expect this inflation to cool off at least a bit if they do raise the interest rates by 50 basis points in March. And then, according to Major, it would be data dependent on what they will do moving forward. So in June or July, they'll take a look at the data and decide if they need to raise rates again. They may not raise rates. We just don't know. Forecasting right now is just not possible. There's too many things like the political turmoil that is coming up in Eastern Europe that's just out of our control. And without certainty, the crypto market is reflecting that same sentiment as well. At the time of this recording, Bitcoin has recovered a little bit. It is up 3.3% in the last 24 hours, sitting at $36,205. Now let's just take a look at the market as a whole. You can see on the cryptocurrency heat map here that there are a lot of tokens that are trying to push back into the green. We have Phantom up 12%, Cosmos up 14%, and Loopring up 10%. Those are the leaders in the top 100 by market cap. Ethereum is at $23.90 at the time of this recording, and I see a lot of good entry points, to be honest. I see VeChain at 5 cents, XLM at 18 cents, and Gala at 18 cents. And yes, we've got XRP at 59 cents. Let me show you something. Let me show you that not only is the XRP price affected negatively since this lawsuit has occurred, but we've also got the private equity. That is the pre-IPO private equity offerings. I received a notification from EquityZen today. You can see the pricing of that Ripple common stock back in December, just a few days before the lawsuit was filed, was being offered at $65. Today, we have the share offered at $21.50. That is a huge difference. So it will be, I think, a real big release on both the private equity and the digital asset price when we get past this lawsuit. I'm going to finish this video with a little bit of XRP and Ripple news. I want to point out that the XRP Ledger Foundation has started a new YouTube channel, and the videos are quite good. It is something that you can consume in a very short period of time, from anywhere about 3 minutes long to a minute and a half long. You have these intro into the XRP Ledger, the consensus mechanism, the nodes and validators, accounts, tokenization, decentralized exchange or the DEX, the advanced payment features of the XRP Ledger, governance and the amendment process, federated sidechains on the XRP Ledger, and the sustainability of the XRP Ledger. They're all very good, and I just can't believe it. I don't think a lot of people have discovered this yet. We've only got 197 views on the last video that went up 2 weeks ago. I'm going to put a link to it in the description below. Now, jumping over to the company Ripple, they published this Crypto 2022, the new normal in finance. It's a time to reflect and a time to look ahead. We have explosive growth, of course, in crypto payments, but even though remittances will continue to grow, they wrote here that we can expect that other applications will rise to the fore. Yes, they absolutely will. Also, the NFT potential growth, it definitely looks like it's certain. It's here to stay. And DeFi is still going to continue to evolve. And the big takeaway for me is that the multi-chain future, the developers are craving to build bridges to wider crypto adoption. And I think these bridges and the fact that we are going to enter into this multi-chain world with crypto, I believe it's going to have a positive effect to break down a lot of the tribalism. All right, everybody, let's jump to the fluff. Well, this is a little bit different. This is a Chica Kappa filling station, and the purpose is to reduce plastic waste. And the way it works is it taps into the clean aquifers that run deep throughout the whole country. And you can walk up to it, push the button, or even use the foot pedal to refill your plastic bottle. So if we can extend the life of those plastic bottles just a little bit, I think it's a good thing. And the summer months, which are so hot and humid here, starting in July, going all the way through September, no doubt these are going to be very, very popular. And the word Chica Kappa is what Japanese love to do. That's kind of that play on words. Chikasui means groundwater, and Kappa is the mythical turtle-like troll that's sitting on the top. So you have the Chica Kappa filling station. I think it's making good sense. All right, let me just show you, to finish it off finally, my favorite miniature photographer. This is Tatsuya Tanaka, and he did it again, made me smile. He's got the tofu, which is doubling as a full contact wrestling ring for these miniature wrestlers. Oh, everybody, yes, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.